The 1990s were a transformative decade for music, marked by the rise of alternative rock and grunge. While bands like Nirvana dominated the charts, numerous other groups made significant yet often overlooked contributions. Here's a look at 10 iconic yet forgotten 90s bands and their era-defining hits that you may remember. At number 10 is Deep Blue Something, known for their big hit Breakfast at Tiffany's. Hailing from Texas, Deep Blue Something achieved unexpected success with their 1995 hit Breakfast at Tiffany's. The song's catchy melody and quirky lyrics about a relationship rekindled by watching the classic Audrey Hepburn film made it an unforgettable anthem of the mid-90s that you can't help but sing along to. Despite the song's success, the band struggled to follow up with any major hits, leading to their breakup in the early 2000s. At number 9 is Semisonic and the iconic song they were known for, Closing Time. Minneapolis-based Semisonic gained widespread attention with their 1998 hit Closing Time. The song's catchy chorus and iconic line, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end," made it a graduation anthem and a ubiquitous presence on the radio. Despite their initial success, or even being nominated for a Grammy, the band's subsequent albums failed to capture the same magic, leading to their eventual hiatus. The lead singer's path shortly after became more of songwriting credits with big artists like Taylor Swift and Adele. The song Closing Time will still always remain Semisonic's most popular song. At number 8 is Crash Test Dummies. Canadian band Crash Test Dummies burst onto the scene in the early 90s with their distinctive sound and offbeat lyrics. Their 1993 hit, became a worldwide hit, peaking at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earning Grammy nominations. The baritone voice was unforgettable with their experimental sound. Despite their initial success, the band's subsequent albums failed to garner the same attention, and they eventually faded from the mainstream. At number 7 is Blind Melon, known for the hit No Rain. In the 90s, Blind Melon's rise to fame was nothing short of meteoric as they rose to the top, but they too, like many, fell hard. Their story was tragic. Their 1992 hit No Rain became a defining song of the 90s with its infectious riff and memorable music video featuring the now legendary B-Girl. However, the band's momentum was tragically cut short when lead singer Shannon Hoon passed away in 1995. He was only 28. At number 6 is Primitive Radio Gods, known for the hit Standing Outside a Broken Phone Booth with Money in My Hand, 1996. Alternative rock band Primitive Radio Gods had a brief moment in the spotlight with their 1996 hit Standing Outside a Broken Phone Booth with Money in My Hand. The song's melancholic tone and memorable title made it a surprise success. Despite the success of the single, their follow-up album failed to recapture the magic, and the band faded from the mainstream. The music landscape changed, but everyone will always remember Standing Outside a Broken Phone Booth with Money in My Hand. At number 5 is Spacehog and their hit In the Meantime. British alternative rock band Spacehog sold over 1 million copies of their album worldwide as they emerged in the mid-90s. Their unique glam-infused rock sound and space-themed imagery would be a trademark. Their 1995 debut album, Resident Alien, was a major success, but it was their infectious hit In the Meantime that made their name the talk of the town. Despite the strong debut, the band's follow-up album failed to replicate that success, and internal tensions led to their decline. If you had Spacehog's album, be sure to give us a like. At number 4 is Len, known for their song Steal My Sunshine. Canadian band Len gained fame in 1999 with their hit single Steal My Sunshine. The song's carefree summer vibe and catchy melody made it a ubiquitous presence on radio and MTV. Their song made it into the Billboard Hot 100, but their follow-up albums failed to match the success of Steal My Sunshine, and the band struggled to break into the mainstream. At number 3 is Eagle Eye Cherry with the hit Save Tonight. Swedish musician Eagle Eye Cherry found success with his 1997 hit Save Tonight. The song's mellow, acoustic-driven vibe made it an anthem of the late 90s. Coming from a musical family, Cherry was bound for success. In fact, his sister Nena Cherry also experienced a one-hit wonder. What was Nene Cherry's biggest hit? The song Buffalo Stance. Despite Eagle Eye Cherry Song's success, he struggled to replicate its impact with his subsequent releases, and he remains largely a one-hit wonder in the eyes of many as his defining song. At number 2 is Soul Coughing, known for the hit Super Bon Bon. Alternative rock band Soul Coughing blended hip-hop, funk, jazz, and electronic elements into a unique genre-defying sound like no other. Despite being formed in 1992, it wasn't until 1996 they took off. Their 1996 hit Super Bon Bon became a fixture on alternative rock radio and MTV. The many samples used were standouts, but their hit Super Bon Bon really put them in the forefront. Despite their success in the mid-90s, the band's later albums didn't achieve the same level of recognition, and they disbanded in 2000. And at number 1 is Marcy Playground, known for the song Sex and Candy. Marcy Playground achieved fame with their 1997 hit Sex and Candy. The song's sultry lyrics and laid-back vibe made it a massive hit, reaching number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 in contrast to any other releases of theirs. Fun fact about the band's name. The band took its name from a playground at Marcy Open School in Minneapolis, the childhood school of members John Wozniak and Dylan Keefe. Despite the success of their debut album, the band's subsequent releases failed to garner much attention, and they faded into obscurity even though their brief moment of success with Sex and Candy was their monumental achievement. These bands may have had their moment in the 1990s, but their stories serve as a stark reminder of how quickly the music industry can change and the bands just disappear. While their hits live on in nostalgic playlists, how do you remember them? Is there one band that you think we missed? Let us know.